This is a collaborative webinar that is designed to provide information to landowners, residents, and other interested people about wetlands and ponds in the Mississinewa watershed. This specific presentation will provide background information, some best management practices, and who to contact for more information. Wetlands are areas which are dominated by standing water. The types of plants that dominate wetlands are adapted to water-saturated conditions. Ponds consist of natural and constructed depressions in the land which retain water. Natural ponds can be found in the floodplains of rivers. Nutrients can be defined by anything that can serve to supplement the growth of vegetation. The most common nutrients are nitrogen and phosphorus. Sources of nutrients include fertilizers, animal waste, runoff, and decaying plant materials. Wetlands serve as natural sinks for water quality pollutants such as sediment, toxins, and nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. Nutrients come from various sources such as runoff during precipitation, erosion, animal wastes, lawn and agricultural fertilizers, and the accumulation of dead plant materials. Wetlands also provide a place for floodwaters to be retained, reducing flooding downstream. Wetlands are a direct link between surface waters and groundwater recharge. Constructed wetlands are used as a solution for various water quality problems. Unfortunately, a large number of natural wetlands have been lost for agricultural and urban uses. Some negative impacts due to the loss of wetlands include increased flooding, nutrient overload in streams and rivers, and high sediment load. Although they are typically considered to be a different entity from rivers, lakes and ponds play a pivotal role within the watershed. These water bodies retain water for longer periods of time, which can increase nutrient loads and the development of algae before releasing the water to a river. Invasive species, when left untreated, can destroy natural ecosystems. Each pond or lake has its own sub-watershed, and by properly managing these areas, water quality throughout the entire watershed will be drastically improved. Some negative impacts on ponds include nutrient overload, algae, and invasive species that could be both plants and animals. Best management practices for wetlands include the restoration of natural wetlands and the construction of new wetland areas. Best management practices for ponds include proper nutrient and fertilizer management, reduced livestock access, aeration, and the responsible application of algicides and herbicides. The state of Indiana provides funding for projects pertaining to wetland restoration. The National Resources Conservation Service, or NRCS, can help with information regarding these programs. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service helps landowners with pond management issues. This is a map of the Mississinewa watershed and the wetlands and ponds within agricultural lands. Highlighted are different types of wetlands, ponds, and lakes. Currently, there is more than 3,500 acres of wetlands being used for agricultural purposes. Wetlands produce poor yields for row crops.